guys, today I want to put another product from Simple to the test, and this time it's going to be the Kind to Skin Vital Vitamin Foaming Cleanser. I'm going to try it for one entire week and see what happens to my skin. Now, y'all know I love Simple as a brand, and specifically for this cleanser, the reviews seem to be also very amazing and basically all 5 stars, so not gonna lie, I'm quite excited to try this out. Now, this cleanser claims to, and I'm reading off the bottle, so I'm going to pop it on the screen so that y'all can read it with me, to remove impurities and traces of makeup, as well as containing 2 vitamins, and that is vitamin B5, also known as pantothenic acid. So basically it's responsible for soothing and hydrating your skin, as well as reducing the redness. So it's basically kind of like a niacinamide, and also vitamin C. Now, this is an antioxidant, which by the way I love, but basically it's supposed to fight free radicals in the air, which are basically what causes to break down your collagen. On top of that, it's gonna help brighten up your skin and overall your complexion, reduce dark spots and pigmentation, and also reduce fine lines and wrinkles. And as if all this wasn't enough, this is also fragrance free. So you guys, this seems to be really promising. So without further ado, I'm really excited to try this out, and don't you worry, I will take you guys with me. So let's put this bad boy to the test, shall we? Okay you guys, so it's day 1. I first want to show you what my skin looks like. Now, as you can see, I don't have many pimples. However, I am recovering from a bit of irritation, acne, and a breakout. So my skin is still very tight and dry, like I could feel it. It's also a bit itchy, so that definitely means that my skin is dry. So I mean, this is supposed to add moisture, so hopefully that will be fine. Anyways, enough with the chit chat. I want to see what this smells like and the consistency. It's quite watery, so wait, what? How is this a foam? Oh my god, this is saucery right here. It's a liquid and it comes out as a foam. Okay, it doesn't have any smell particularly. Let's try it out. Okay, so it's spreading around very nicely, and as you can see, 2 pumps really, like, I think 2 pumps are a lot. It definitely feels very gentle on the skin and actually very quite soothing and nice. I could definitely see this being a bit moist. Of course, like, not extremely moisturizing, but it does have a little bit of that gooey consistency, like, for example, the CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser or the Cetaphil Gentle Skin Cleanser, which I have already reviewed. Okay, you guys, so I washed my face. I don't know if you can tell, but I can definitely still see a little bit of that dry skin right here. However, it's less tighter than before I washed my face, so it's definitely a good sign. This means that this cleanser does not strip moisture out of your skin, so that's definitely a bonus. And also, I really like that it doesn't have any scent at all. Anyways, this is day 1. Keep on watching for day 2. Right, guys, so it's day 2. It's time for me to wash my face, but first, I want to read the ingredient list as always, so we can have a better understanding on what to expect from this cleanser. So first off, I see water. Okay, right, what's good? Let's keep reading. I see potassium cocoa glycinate, glycerin, propene glycol, and basically these are all very moisturizing and hydrating ingredients. Whenever you see a word that's like a gl, that probably means that it's a moisturizing ingredient and it's glycerin based. Of course, not glycolic acid, that's an acid and it's like actually a bit stripping for your skin. But besides that, all these are actually humectants. Going on, I then see panthenol and melatonin. Okay, so these 2 are also very hydrating ingredients. These are actually very great for reducing redness and also itchy and really dry skin. So really, I'm just shocked at this point that this contains all these moisturizing ingredients, just because, again, this is a foaming cleanser. And usually foaming cleansers tend to contain kind of like stripping ingredients in your skin, hence why they're targeted for more oily skin people. However, this is a foaming cleanser that actually contains very hydrating things. So simple. Could this be a foaming cleanser targeted for dry skin people? Girl! Alright, okay. Let's keep reading though. So then I see vitamin C in the form of sodium ascorbyl phosphate. And then I see the vitamin B5. However, these are quite low in the ingredient list, meaning that you won't get a lot of benefit. You won't see a lot of effectiveness and results from these. However, you know, it's still very much nice. It's still very much appreciated, simple. So actually, you guys, one thing that I'm noticing right now is I have put this like on my eyes right here, but I haven't opened them yet. However, it already stings and kind of like itches, so definitely pay attention not to get it in your eyes. My eyes sting like a mother. But anyways, this is what my skin looks like on day 2. As you can see, there's no real difference from day 1. But I mean, who's expecting it? It's still very much early in this experiment. So definitely keep on watching. Okay, you guys, so I'm back from the club. It is currently crazy 2:30 a.m. in the morning, Greenwich time. But I'm committed to this experiment. So it's now time for me to wash off this makeup and put this to the test and see how well it removes it. Because as you can see, I have a very intense makeup look. So here we go. Let's put this to the test. I'm putting it on. Let's see how well it takes off my foundation, my highlighter, my contour, my lipstick. Actually quite nicely. You know what, girl? This might be snapping a little. It's literally melting my foundation. Now, you guys, usually, I always say I would use a double cleansing method personally. But, for the sake of the video, I would just take off the makeup like this. However, now, if I have to be honest, sometimes when I'm lazy, I just use a cleanser too. So, shh. Okay, so I'm going in with a second cleanse just because I feel like one cleanse was not enough to really take it all off. Okay, you guys, so I feel like after 2 cleanses, my makeup is all removed. However, I'm still gonna go in for a third time just for the sake of it and for good measure. So here we go, third time. But girl, this is actually very good at taking off the makeup and I am impressed, so it is approved. Okay, you guys, so it's day 6. Excuse me, I have the flu. However, this won't stop me from doing this review for you guys. I'm gonna show you what my skin looks like. Excuse the beard, it's just I haven't been feeling like shaving it because I'm sick. Like, I definitely feel like it has been improving both in terms of hydration, glow, tightness in general, but also acne. So I'm definitely quite impressed and happy with this. However, there are a few things that I haven't told you guys yet, so definitely keep on watching for my final thoughts and results. So let's wrap this up. Okay, you guys, my final thoughts and results. First thing I want to get out of the way is that this week was just very confusing for me. It was basically just like that time when I first realized I was attracted to boys. It was just my head was all over the place. This is a foaming cleanser. However, the ingredient list looks very much like one of a hydrating cleanser, so I'm just like, wow. But anyways, when I first started this experiment, as I'm sure you've seen from vlogs, my skin was just very dry and itchy. And after just 1 week of using this, let me tell you, sister, my skin is looking so moisturized and hydrated. And I feel like this has definitely played a very good part in it. So now, starting with the things that I really like is, first of all, the formula, as I've already said multiple times. But one thing in particular that I really like is that it doesn't contain sodium lauryl sulfate. And if you didn't know, sodium lauryl sulfate is a very irritating product and it's really bad for your skin, and usually it is contained in most foaming cleansers. But now this doesn't contain that, baby. This actually contains sodium lauryl alpha acetate. I know it sounds really weird, like a really weird name, but actually this is very delicate and actually very hydrating and moisturizing for your skin. Which, I mean, if you think about it, it does make sense because on the bottle it literally says kind to skin and sensitive skin expert, so they couldn't have possibly just put a sodium lauryl sulfate in it and then call it sensitive skin. On that same note, this is also fragrance free, and now if you watch me videos, you know the way to my heart is giving me a product that is fragrance free. F the roses at St. Valentine's Day, F chocolate, well, no, I still love my diamonds, but still, if you get down on one knee and present me with a fragrance free product, I will burst down in tears by how touched I will be, just so much so that I might actually let you touch me inappropriately later.
Straight from the fucking trailer park is what you are.
But so, you guys, I really love the formula. Another thing that I really liked is that not only is this very good for dry skin people, because as we've seen, this has hydrated my skin and helped me fight my dry patches, but I feel like this is also definitely very well suited for people with oily, acne prone skin. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm one of them.
Hello.
Just because this does not contain any comedogenic ingredients, this also hasn't caused me to break out, and the cherry on top of the cake is this is actually a foaming cleanser. Therefore, I definitely feel that this was actually good at removing a little bit of the excess sebum, but just not strong and harsh enough to really demoisturize or take away all the moisture for someone with dry skin. This can actually be suited for all skin types, I feel. This simple foaming cleanser is basically just like a prostitute. It will go with everybody and serve everybody equally and very well. What is this metaphor? I'm so sorry, Simple. But anyways, enough with the positives. It is now time for me to move to the things that I didn't like about this. And now, if I'm being honest, I really scavenged and just pondered. I actually turned off all my lights of my bedroom. I just laid down in my bed and just complete silence and thought about the things that I didn't like about this for quite a few minutes before starting this video. And actually, guys, I couldn't find any things that I didn't like about this. It really did dig his way through my heart. This is actually one of my top cleansers right now. And I feel like with Simple's products, it is very much just a hit or a miss. Just because I really love their Simple Replenishing Rich Moisturizer by Simple, which I actually reviewed and made a video all about it. So if you're maybe on a hunt for a very drugstore affordable but also amazing moisturizer, then definitely go check that video out. And I also then tried the Simple Toner, and that was just a no-no. That was just very much uncomfortable for me, that whole situation, that whole week. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a decent toner, and not decent in the British way, meaning good. It was just decent in the American way, as in like meh. It was just very boring to me, like lackluster. I wasn't getting anything out of it, and skincare for me is just very much what brings me to church, and that wasn't bringing me to church at all. If I would have had to get married at church, it just wouldn't have happened. I would have had to reschedule the marriage or get married on the street. So now the question that we've all been waiting for actually arises, and that is, Mateo, will you use this cleanser in your skincare routine after this experiment is over? The answer is yes. Yes, I will indeed. I will definitely 100%. This is truly amazing. However, you know me already. I will only be using this at night just because, first of all, did you see how well this removed my makeup? Did you see in the vlogs? I was boggled. This had made several points at removing my makeup, but I actually won't be using this in my morning skincare routine just because y'all know I like to use a nourishing, a hydrating cleanser, and even though this is hydrating and nourishing, still it is not going to be as hydrating and nourishing as specifically targeted ones, like for example, the CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser, made a video card right up here, or also the Cetaphil Hydrating Cleanser, also reviewed that. So if you want to go watch it, go watch that video. And now for any one of you wondering, well, Mateo, but how much is this cleanser? Because I need it, but you know, like I don't want to spend a lot of my coins. But girl, I got you covered. So this for 150 ml, I actually paid this for £3.90. Yes, on Amazon as always. And you guys, you know that your girl has got you covered. And so I actually linked down below in the pinned comment the cheapest product listing that I could find both on Amazon US and Amazon UK. So if you want to go buy it, go click that link. It's real easy, real simple. I have to disclaim there's an affiliate link, meaning that I will get some of that money that you spend. Instead of giving all the coins to Amazon, I would just be getting a little bit of that percentage. You ain't gonna pay more. Trust me, I wouldn't do that to you. All that's happening is I'm gonna get a little bit. So if you want to support this channel, if you want to support me, if you enjoyed this video, and if you're thinking of buying this, I'm not saying you should, but if you wanna, then go buy it, then go click that link. Yeah? Okay. Oh, and also, since I'm on the topic of begging you right now, why don't you just allow me to beg you a little bit more to subscribe and turn the bell icon on so that you don't miss any of my uploads if you're interested into skincare. If you want to learn more about your skin, what your skin wants, needs, and didn't know it needed until I tell you what it needs, then subscribe, sis. We would love to have you part of the random family.
Keep saying it. Just keep saying it. Keep saying it out loud. And maybe you will convince Hope, because you won't be convincing anybody else, so dream on.
We are all just amazing. Our skin is just glowy. We don't have no bad days over here. So if you may be having a little bit of a bad days here and there, I know you don't because you're amazing. You're super pretty. I can see through the camera lens. However, if you just want to eliminate them completely, then what you should do is definitely subscribe. But yes, it is proven by science that randoms don't get bad days. Trust me on that. Yes. But anyways, randoms, for all my regular subscribers watching, you know what time of the video it is now. And that is the Italian word of the video. And since this video was all about this simple kind to skin foaming cleanser, the Italian word of the video is going to be vitamina or /vitamine, which is vitamins or vitamin in English, just because if you look at the bottle right here, it literally says a vitamin. Can you tell? I don't know if you'll be able to tell. And so vitamin singular is vitamina in Italian, and vitamins plural is vitamine in Italian. Got it? Got it. But ma'am, sir, or whatever you identify as, hello, what are you doing? I know you're about to click off this video and go on, going down a little bit more that YouTube rabbit hole. And I know I'm not stopping you from watching other videos. No, not at all. However, what I would suggest is instead of watching other YouTubers' video, I have plenty of content and videos that I've made just specifically for you. I made it for you specifically. So why don't you just click one of these two videos and go watch them right here? It's gonna be real fun. It's gonna be real easy. But oh, remember to be random and always be random.